uh, somehow encouraging to know that I'm not crazy, that,
Hmm.
hey, there is something with the current generation, that's different. And, do you have an opinion as to what are some of the factors of our society that's led to that? And is that reversible, or is that just, have we programmed this in with social media? Like, what's the
Yeah.
causation that you're looking at?
I think there's a few. I think the pandemic didn't help for sure. So locking these kids down for a few years didn't help. But it's mostly, I think it's overparenting. It's you know, I'm obviously a little bit older even than you, Jeremy, but I'm from the generation where like we had two rules as kids, okay? Be home before the streetlights come on and don't come home in a police car. And that was about it.
Yeah.
Okay? And there were no devices, so we were left to our own devices, if you will. We made our own fun. I'm a Canadian. We played a lot of street hockey, but we were out in the forest building forts and just farting around. And I think in each subsequent generation we overparent. Like the idea of a play date. Like, can't kids figure out how to play themselves? Do you really have to set them up on a date? And then the other thing that we see here in the universities, and I suspect a high school teacher would probably see it even more, is the idea of it's not even helicopter parenting anymore. It's now bulldozer parenting. And they bulldoze every problem out of the way of their kids so that by the time they get to me, they can't solve a problem. They
Mhm.
think the rules are a list of things you're allowed to do as opposed to a list of the things you're not allowed to do. Like when you go to the public pool, there's a list of rules. Don't spit in the water. You must have a shower before entering the pool. Like these are the things you're not allowed to do. It doesn't say, you're allowed to swim. And they look at the world through the lens of like, oh, is it okay for me to do that? Well, do you see anywhere that it says you can't? Well, then do it. And and we don't inculcate that sort of mentality in our children anywhere to the degree that I think we should. And there's a book by a fellow by the name of Jonathan Haidt. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's a prof at I think it's NYU, but it's one of the New York-based universities, and he teaches in the business department, and I think he teaches ethics. But he's written a lot about young people, and he wrote a book called The Coddling of the American Mind. And there's basically three kind of major themes in the book. And the first one is this notion that we treat children as fragile when actually they are anti-fragile in the sense that like this cup, if I drop this cup, it's fragile, it will break. If you drop a kid, metaphorically, it gets stronger.
Mm.
It's anti-fragile. You don't break them by exercising them. You make them stronger. And I think we need to adopt a little bit more of that kind of mentality.